What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Last Gift Podcast. I'm Ace. Y'all know who he is. USF National Alumni President Flash. I guess he can't talk right now. Oh well.
What's up, y'all?
We have some
Good,
got
good
some
to be
tech
back.
issues going on.
I think I had a great weekend this weekend with my little seabirds going on, so I'm happy. It's been a good,
We
and
know.
I like seeing what the Cardinals have been doing as well, so I'm excited for that. This is December, best time of football. This is when everyone goes crazy for the playoff push. So here we are, the final stretch, y'all. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be fun, and we got some great news coming out. Also, some great NBA stuff going on, and rumors coming out of the mill that are
Coming out
pretty
of Portland.
interesting. Some interesting stuff I'm interested in, and college football as well. So some interesting talks that we gotta talk about with the bowl games and the college football rankings. But with that all
And,
said and done, be a friend, tell a friend. Anything you
and
want
we
to
have
say,
something
Ace?
new now. We have something new now for this episode. Well, it's not new. It's new for our show. It's not new for Penalty Talk. We're taking what the Run and Gun used to do with Hot Topics. It's coming over to the Last Give this week. We're debuting our Hot Topic section. So we're going to be talking about everything sports related, even some global sports, actually. Well, some issues going on globally. Flash said, be a friend, tell where to find us on Tuesdays at 8. There is no Run and Gun until January. And there's no more family breakdown. So it's just going to be us for the weeks coming up until January. I think Jay Puce might be popping in for the college football section. I'm not too sure. It depends on his schedule working out. But anyway, that's what we got. Share, subscribe, leave a comment. You have to head over to YouTube if you're watching this on Twitter. Head over to YouTube if you want to leave a comment. We like to interact with you guys, answering the questions. You know how it goes. With that
All right,
being
let's hit
said,
it.
let's hit this intro. Let's get into this
All right,
kickoff.
let's get it. All right, let's talk about the Bills and how much of a disappointed they are. Right, I'm kind of
Yeah.
disappointed in them. Are you disappointed? I mean, I know conditions were crazy last night, but I think the Bills are not the team we're thinking they are. Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, the fact you got they let. I mean, even the players were embarrassed and they got mad with the media for asking him the dumb question about it.
They need to look in the
The
mirror.
Patriots threw the ball 3 times. 3. That's not a typo or a mispronounce
No,
of a number.
that is
It's
correct
3.
down there, ladies and gentlemen. They have officially lost the AFC East in America, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, they have another game in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever, but I don't see them coming.
I do not see them beating in Foxborough. I just don't see it.
No. This was their shot and they need a running back. What they need to address this year in the draft. That is their one position they absolutely need.
I
Because
said that last time when we were watching the game, Ace, and it's like I'm not impressed with the.
good running back. Zach Moss ain't it. They don't even use Zach Moss really. And then you have Devin Singletary. He's struggling right now. And Matt Breida had a mishandled a handoff at the beginning of the game that allowed, I think, that led to the Patriots' first touchdown. First and no, that didn't lead to the touchdown, but that fumble at the beginning of the game was big.
That botch run play that happened with the Bills defense. I mean, I'm questioning.
Yeah, that was
Bills
the same
defense.
drive. Yeah, that's what it was.
I'm questioning because like how you like the safety setup was set up for failure because he didn't do his job as a safety. As a safety, you're supposed to be in the back trying to make sure no one gets past you, but instead you let the running back. You try charging at someone else, and the running back got free because the running back changed angles. Like that is just bad defense, and that's like basic defense 101. That's my take about that.
I mean, yeah, that's what it is right now. But anywho, let's get on to the Sunday Night Football. I mean, it was kind of a boring one in
Actually,
my.
let me ask you this: do you think the Chiefs will beat the Patriots?
Yeah.
I mean, assumingly the Chiefs get it back together. The Chiefs
have been getting it back together. The offense has been a disaster, but the defense has been carrying them the last couple of weeks. As hard as that is to believe.
You know what's funny? I've not heard anything about Patrick Mahomes lately. Not a single thing.
Mahomes been struggling, man. Tyreek Hill has also cost him 5 interceptions this season, so that
is absolutely tough. You only see him in his State Farm ads, and that's the only thing I hear about Patrick Mahomes these days. Anywho, let's keep it moving. What you want to talk about, Ace?
Well, we burned through the Sunday Night Football game. With the Chiefs winning, I think it was like 22-7 or something like that. It was not even a close game, really. Chiefs handled their business. They came in to it was an Arrowhead anyway, but still, they went in their home stadium to handle their business. You know how it is. They keep owning the AFC West. It feels like. I mean, the Chargers are the only team that really gives them issues.
I thought the Chargers would have been number one with the way I saw the Chiefs, but it looks like it may not be. It may still be very well be the Chiefs as they had taken care against the Broncos. So, anywho,
keep going. You go. Let's just move on.
Oh man, you have no words. Okay. Let's talk about Ace's favorite team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady has gotten more wins in the Mercedes-Benz it's not super. Oh my god.
Mercedes-Benz Dome or some shit. I don't even remember what it is now.
Oh my god.
It's like the Mercedes-Benz Dome or something.
I miss the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. I don't even know what it is.
Caesars. Right. Like the sports betting group or whatever.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, so Tom Brady has gotten more wins in Atlanta than the Atlanta Falcons had this entire season. Isn't that kind of funny?
Oh yeah, I mean Brady's been owning the Falcons since whatever year it was, 2016.
That is absolutely crazy. I mean, it shows like how dysfunctional the Falcons are right now. And the thing is, Falcons won some games away, but it cannot win on their home turf. That's an interesting stat. So, Ace, you're not worried about it. Well, you're not worried about it, Ace. Talk to me.
Oh, the thing with the that you guys' favorite Stink Bastard had on with the video of all the what's it called, the Bucks and Falcons fans saying F the Saints. Yeah, it's kind of funny because the Saints weren't even playing on Sunday, and they were only thinking about the Saints, which means they're living rent free in both fan bases' heads, considering the fact that they've been running through both teams. Well, the Saints have been owning the Bucks the last 20 years, and the Falcons, they've been owning them the last 5. So, I mean, I could care less. So, they're coming for them next season. They're going to have a team. So, that's not a practice squad offense, literally.
I mean, all right.
It's legit a practice squad offense right now.
All right. So, anyways, you
want to talk about Herbert or you want to talk about the Saints? Look up the head-to-head match, the Saints and Bucks. Look it up.
Jordan, that's you. He says it's false. I don't know the fact for myself, so I cannot pull it up. But hey, maybe if Ace could screen share it and call Jordan out.
Saints lead the series 38-21.
Put it up on your screen share.
And they've been in the NFC South since 2002.
You should put it up on your screen share to rub it in Jordan's face. You should do that. Anyways, let's talk about the Seahawks. The Seahawks has continued to own their division rival.
All right.
So the Seahawks continue to dominate their rival, the 49ers, as usual. Which makes me happy. The 49ers got swept, even though Seahawks are dead last. So, you know what? I am glad to see that. But I still got questions about Russell Wilson, and I still got questions about the Seahawks offense as a nutshell. I do think that I still believe that Pete Carroll or Russell Wilson is going to be gone by the end of the season. should they choose to rebuild, or
You can confirm the Saints were nothing before Sean Payton? Fine. Not 20 years, 15, but they still owned them for the entire since 77 or whatever.
gosh. I mean, with the Buccaneers were anything since that
The Bucks
Super
haven't
Bowl
been
with,
any
with
since that,
John
before
Gruden.
before Brady showed
John
up.
Gruden didn't even build that team.
The Bucks weren't anything from before Brady showed up to when Dungy left, because I don't even count the Gruden Super Bowl. If you want to count the Gruden Super Bowl, it was Dungy's team, whatever. Since what, 2004 to 2020, that's what, 16 years of irrelevancy? Okay.
All right, so I mean, I'm not even thinking about the Seahawks anymore for this playoffs. Like I'm not. I'm just thinking what's going on with the Seahawks next year. What's going on with Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll next year. I think the Seahawks need to get something changed. I think the Seahawks should look into a new offensive coordinator. The defense has been playing way better than they were before, so I'm gonna give the defense actually some credit. As it may not be Legion of Boom good, but I still think the Seahawks could use some work on their defense, but it's much better than it was. But the offense, there's a lot more questions. And hey, isn't the offensive coordinator like new still? You said it's like his
For
first
the
year or something. Or that's the
Seahawks?
defense. Yeah,
For the Seahawks,
or
it's
is
a
it
new
defensive
offensive coordinator.
Well, I'll tell you one thing: that new offensive coordinator is not the guy for the Seattle Seahawks. I'm sorry, guys. Like, Seattle needs to look at a new offensive coordinator, because if you have a guy like Russell Wilson and he's not looking like Russ at all, even though he's still recovering from injury, even before then, before Russ got hurt, the offense looked very stagnant, and it's a very huge concern as a Seahawks fan. So I really want to see some changes in the Seattle coaching for sure. Anyways, so the Steelers have gone to take care of Lamar Jackson by stopping him on a 2-point conversion in order to win the game after they rallied to beat the Ravens. What's your takes on that, Ace?
I mean, Ben said he ain't going out with a whimper, I guess. I mean, the offense looked pathetic up until the third, when they scored 17 straight. So, I mean, there's that. Deontay Johnson up. I mean, he had that one drop before halftime for that was second or third drop for the entire season. So I didn't care too much about it because he caught 2 touchdowns afterward. But I got in a Twitter beef with somebody was it last week or whatever, because I said there's gonna be a culture change coming once Ben retires, right? Because I can't see Tomlin keeping that same type of locker room with how Juju and Claypool carry themselves, carrying with that
No, Juju and
TikTok
Claypool
before
are gone. They're gone.
Claypool
Both
might
of
stick
them are
around, but
gone.
Juju ain't getting a contract extension. Juju's gone after the
Juju's
season.
definitely gone. Claypool is somewhat gone. We're not sure about that one yet, but I could tell you. I think Juju's gone for sure. I think everyone knows that.
Yeah, but I mean, there's some delusional people out there who don't want to accept that fact, but that offense, they got to figure themselves out, because since somebody danced on a Cincinnati Bengals logo, it's been downhill since.
It's been bad.
It's been bad, but I mean, on the plus side for the Steelers, though, I mean, they got T.J. Watt coming. I mean, he's coming for the NFL record for the most sacks in a season. He's already tied the franchise season single sack record, was 16, but he's on pace right now to get 24, which is, I mean, would be tied for the record. So, I mean, TJ Watt brings a different element to that defense, but it's like you have him and Fitzpatrick, and the offense is kind of wasting. Both players play on that side of the ball. It's kind of like what you see in some teams where it's like the defense playing good, but then the offense just like, I can't get nothing going here. Earth, the Flash, we're gone. But we're going to talk about the Coward coming back and showing himself up before
we got to talk about that before we move on. Cardinals look impressive. Cardinals are back on all cylinders. DeAndre Hopkins looks as good as he always been.
He had 2 catches, but still, they didn't need much to throw. Kyler only threw the ball like 10 times or something like that. So, I mean, it's not too worrying about that. He did come back and he was running around like he had no ankle issues. So, that is good to see.
It's a good sign for the Cardinals. I mean, I think the Cardinals are probably more of a threat to the Buccaneers' chances of the Super Bowl than the Rams.
Cardinals might not even have lost a game if DeAndre didn't get hurt against the Packers.
Oh, no, they would have won.
So
the Packers could not stop that 3-headed offense. And when DeAndre's in, AJ Green gets more open. and the running back could also do his thing as well. And also the Cardinals defense is still good. Too bad JJ Watt is hurt, but I mean, hey, if JJ Watt comes back and they still have the same team, it's a team you gotta watch out for. Plain and simple.
Yep. All right, let's get into this NBA. I want to drop one bit of news that came out just now. Before we get into the Blazers management issues, let's talk about one of their players' injury issue. CJ had a collapsed lung. So
what?
That's not good. Yeah.
What happened?
He has a collapsed lung. You know what it is? Like you have to reinflate it or whatever.
Oh my god!
I can't even say that. Pneumonia thorax. Collapsed right lung. He'll be. They said he's gonna. It's like what who was his name? Drew Brees had the collapsed lung issue. When his or that punctured lung. Can't remember. Just think of Nick Fury, Winter Soldier, having the collapsed lung. There you go. That summarized it all up. All right, let's get into this management issues, Flash. Whatever you're doing.
Yeah, the Blazers management issues is.
Yeah.
They had to fire their GM the other day. Looks like the Blazers are still in a mess. Damian Lillard is aging, even though Damian Lillard wants that bigger contract with the Blazers. I applaud Damian Lillard for staying with the Blazers and staying loyal compared to a lot of people these days.
You got to go.
But at the same time, I don't think the Blazers are the fit for Damian Lillard, but the amount of issues they have going on in the front office and possibly coaching too.
Woj said that whoever the new GM is going to be isn't going to
35 in a few years.
Damian Lillard's not even 30.
Is he? I thought I saw.
He's still 20-something. What are you talking about? 35 in a few years.
Hang on. I'm gonna look up his age.
Damian Lillard got drafted in like
2012. 31. He's 31.
Wow, I feel old. Anywho,
no, I mean, I know Damian Lillard came in after Westbrook, but also Damian Lillard stayed longer in college than Westbrook.
Yeah, I mean, but still, Woj was saying how whoever the new GM is gonna be, they're not gonna give him a contract extension, so. That's going to be, and they're saying some of the teams right now are waiting for the trade request. So, who's the best team in the West right now? Well, I mean, that's a good transition into our next talking point.
Golden State. It's
yeah.
Golden State right now.
Clay's coming back. He's already on the court doing more work. He's going to be most likely 99% chance likely to be back before Christmas, which is in literally 2 weeks, and I'm still shocked about that, but who knows? Who cares? Yeah, Golden State is like the best team in the West right now, and they're going to just add Klay Thompson, who might take a couple of weeks to get himself like the rust shaken off, but knowing Klay Thompson, he might just come back and drop 40 in his first game. So
you never know what could happen. But also,
Golden State right now, the hands down. They don't even got Wiseman yet.
To be honest, I would actually expect a little bit more bumpier ride for Klay Thompson than a lot of you guys are thinking. I think it might be a few months until we see Klay Thompson, as we know.
The dude literally plays defense and shoots thries really good. I mean, you don't need much athleticism for that.
For defense, yeah, a little bit.
Well, the defense, will be kind of lagging for a while, but
the struggle for
the shooting will be fine.
Especially his lateral movement. It's going to be messed up now with that knee. He cannot just change directions as fast as he is. Yes, he's a great starter, and he's going to still show up with his shooting, but his defense might be a little bit more lackluster. It's too soon, though. I can't say anything for sure, but something to keep an eye on. I know a lot of people are excited for Klay Thompson, and I am too, very well. It's been like over 3-4 years now since the Raptors won that championship. So,
3 years.
3 years.
This will be the fourth season. No, third season. This will be the third season since they won. So, yeah, 3 years. All right, who's next? You want to talk about the Staples Center sign coming down? End of an era, even though people are going to agree it's still going to be...
Rest in peace, Staples Center. Everyone's still going to call it the Staples Center until Russell Westbrook has everyone saying Crip Arena. The Crip. He's going to have everyone start saying the Crip. Oh, yeah, we're playing at the Crip. We're playing at the Crip.
Is that real? Is he really doing that?
I don't know. I could see it happening, though.
I
could definitely see it happening. He's like, yeah, we're playing at the Crip. Snoop Dogg's like, yeah, they play at the Crib. That's my team, dog. All right.
Let's get yourself back into seriousness here.
All right. Actually, you know what? I want to get back up. We actually did not. We didn't even talk about Damian Lillard wanted to play with Ben Simmons. That's kind of interesting.
Oh,
I mean, hey, the Blazers could use the
I mean,
defense. You know what? They
I
could use the
mean that
defense.
list also included Aaron Gordon on it, so I mean I don't take it too seriously.
Hey, I mean, you know what? Just put him as a power forward and have him play defense. And Damian can actually play off ball for once. It's not a terrible
I
decision.
mean Ben Simmons makes sense for Damian Lillard, but not Aaron Gordon. He said he wants to play with versatile
Didn't Aaron
3-and-D
Gordon just
kind of
got a
wings or
contract with
whatever.
the Nuggets the other day?
Yeah, but he ain't even that good. Like the funny thing when he came
Mr.
back to
Magic Man
Orlando,
is talking smack
when he
about
came back to the Magic, whatever week it was, like 2 weeks ago or whatever, right? And they played the tribute video or like his highlight reel or whatever. It was only dunks. I mean, what he's known for, and the only thing he really does. He plays like all right defense and he can dunk. That's literally it. I mean, there's nothing else really to his game. The jump shot's kind of like off and on, so it's like, I mean, okay. I mean, RJ Hampton looks better than him, so I mean, I don't care. Anywho,
all right, so yeah, I mean, I'm very interested though about the Ben Simmons thing. I think it could work, but the thing is, Philadelphia wants too much for Ben Simmons. But you gotta get rid of Ben Simmons at a loss at this point, or force him to play a little bit because
he ain't playing.
Or give him a buyout or something for crying out loud.
Oh, they can't buy him out. That contract is nah, that's never happening.
Yeah.
But I mean, the fact is, they could have had James Harden for Ben Simmons last year, and they didn't want to do it.
That's their fault.
In hindsight,
and jokes on Daryl Morey too, because Daryl Morey loves Harden, so jokes on him.
But I mean, I don't know if that was as much on Philadelphia as that was as much on Tim Freed and not wanting to give Harden to Morey. So there's that too.
It could be one or the other, but you never know. I mean, Rockets were playing harder with Harden too. To be fair. All right. So what's going on with Canada after January 15th? What's going on? Tell me about it.
So they said any unvaccinated player can't come in the country, essentially. So, like, the last few months, they've been allowing them on, like, a work permit or whatever. Like, a work exemption. But after 15th, they said you can't come unless you're vaccinated. So, there's that. But, I mean, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about what Barkley went after Anthony Davis for the Lakers today. I mean, what do you got to say for that? Because, I mean, you're the bandwagon fan for Russ, but still, I mean, you've been following the Lakers this season. I mean, what do you got to say about Chuck calling out AD for the Lakers issues the last couple of weeks?
You know what? I cannot complain about AD lately. AD has been doing less of what Popovich has LaMarcus Aldridge did when he played for Spurs and pulling up jumpers for a power forward. I mean, when Anthony Davis is a big guy, I don't think it was necessary. I mean, what exactly did he say? I only saw the headline just now, so I did not know what he said.
Oh, but he was saying he was calling him out for his the defense issues and how he's not going to be more assertive, essentially. But yeah, it's like, I mean, calling out a kind of a weak move for that issue because, I mean, he's not the sole reason why they've been struggling.
He's not the sole issue for that. Russell Westbrook is not the sole reason for it. Honestly, most of it, I'm gonna keep bashing Frank Vogel, honestly, for not using his players right and not setting up his players for success. It's very obvious. And also another thing I want to call out about the Lakers, yes, I know LeBron James is probably the best player in the league right now, but LeBron literally said he wanted to go to LA so he can play off ball, and he hasn't been doing that a whole lot.
Well, he said he was the best player in the NBA.
Well, right now, okay, maybe he's not the best right now, but he's up there. All right, top.
Yeah. Okay. I was just making. I was kind of confused.
I don't think KD's better than LeBron. I just don't think so. Anyway, so call me crazy, but anyways,
you want to talk.
I do want to call out LeBron on that. I mean, LeBron, you said you want to go to LA to play off ball. You have a great point guard that could pass the ball to other players, and Russell Westbrook, and you're still taking shots sometimes, and some of those shots you miss too. That's the thing. Like there were some nights you have you have like more shots than as many as Russell Westbrook has taken on some nights. And it was true the other day. I don't remember which exact game it was. It was one of the games that the Lakers lost recently, but it's something I wanted to point out, and I hope the Lakers could figure it out, and I hope Frank Vogel somehow
Well,
figures this out.
I
Also,
want
shout
like,
out to Malik Monk. Malik Monk has been playing very well. He
yeah,
should have
like,
more minutes than THT. Malik Monk
well,
is.
Sam Horton Tuck has been garbage. But I
Yeah,
mean,
I
like,
know.
Sam will come after us for that. But I mean, he has not been good.
Who?
What was gonna? Well, my thing was I was gonna say was they were playing the Pistons in LA. I think it was last week or whatever, right? And I think LeBron, AD, and Russ combined for like almost 70 points or whatever, 70 or 80 points. I'm not sure. I can't remember the exact
I think it
number.
was 80. It was around 80.
It was around 80, and they were barely beating the Pistons.
Well, part of it is the Lakers' defense.
I'm saying
The
so. I was like,
Lakers, the Lakers. Who knows? I know Russell Westbrook is notorious for having his teammates play better, even though there's a terrible narrative about it. Russell Westbrook essentially elevated that Wizards team last year with Scott Brooks as the head coach. Obviously the Wizards are playing because they have, first of all, they have a better coach and Wes Unseld, and they also have better role players. But it's something I do think Russell Westbrook could also help the Lakers in that aspect. It has to be local too. The Lakers is not Russell Westbrook's team, but he does have to be.
Russell Westbrook.
all right, can you hear this? Right,
All them old ass geezers together.
this is what Chuck was saying. Right, this is the video from NBA on TNT.
Listen, Russ is learning. Frank Vogel is a terrific coach. Put all them old ass geezers together and just trying to blame other people. It ain't cool. Listen, Anthony Davis, you got to play better. I said on this first, if the Lakers were going to be any good, it was all going to be on you. Has nothing to do with Russell, had nothing to do with LeBron and the rest of them old ass geezers they put together out there. But now y'all done crossed the line because I really like Frank Vogel. And listen, it ain't his fault. But listen, in my opinion, I blame Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, you know I like you as a person. But you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You're 27 years old.
I'm still going to give Frank
You're
Vogel a
supposed to be
chance.
in your prime.
If he doesn't get
You're
this turned
supposed
around
to
by
be one of the
January, I
5 best
got
players in the world up there with Giannis, Kevin Durant, and those guys. And you ain't holding up your end of the bargain. So now I hear y'all going to probably go, that's total BS, man.
That is total BS, all right? That is total BS. Since the Lakers put...
I like I said,
listen, hear me out.
Oh, go.
Hear me out. Ever since the Lakers put DeAndre Jordan on the bench and they've been starting Dwight Howard, a lot better.
They need to go make a phone call to the Indiana Pacers because we didn't talk about this. We're in the college football section, but they're shopping Miles Turner, Domantas Sabonis, and Karis LeVert. They need to be on the phone right now for Miles Turner. That is what they need to be doing.
Or Sabonis, for crying out loud.
Oh no, they don't need a power like Sabonis. They need a defender who can hit the shots when he needs to. Like Miles Turner can play.
Sabonis could do that.
Miles Turner might be a little easier to get, and they don't exactly have a ton of assets to go get or afford Sabonis. So you got to think about those two things. So they need to be on the phone for Miles Turner right now, but
one of those two guys.
Denver Golden State need to be on the phone for Turner, but
they need to be on the phone for those guys. I think the Pacers might be having a fire sale soon, so you might have to be on the phone for the Pacers. I wish the Lakers could get Jared Allen. So
Jared Allen,
Miles Turner. No, get Miles Turner. Put him at center so Anthony Davis would play power. Pleases.
I mean, JP said when you want to pop in for the college football section, I want to get your thoughts on this too. Is the Pacers fell from
college football?
I think he is. I'm not entirely sure, but what I was gonna say is the Pacers fell. I mean, the Pacers fell from getting swept in the playoffs, right? With Nate McMillan as their head coach. They fired him. They hired some dude. I don't even remember what his name is, for crying out loud. And he was a crappy locker room. Hated it. And Nate McMillan went on and he took the Atlanta Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they're still playing well to this point with Nate McMillan as their head coach, right? In Atlanta, and Indiana is becoming a fire sale. What does that tell you?
Ever since Russ and Bradley Beal had that one highlight play with the pictures of Russ celebrating and Beal dunking, which some people call it like the closest thing to D Wade and LeBron, which I don't know. That might be a bit extending it, but it is a piece of masterpiece. Ever since that moment, the Pacers have been falling down the cliff. So I would expect a fire sale soon. I mean, hey, the Lakers could probably get both of them for crying out loud with how bad.
That's not happening.
I know.
All right, let's go.
Like
let's move on to college football.
I sound like a wishing Lakers fan now.
Yes, you're sounding like a pathetic Lakers fan. All right, moving on to the college football. We need to talk about these playoffs. It's going to be wild. That 2 versus 3 seed.
They set up Cincinnati to get killed by Alabama.
Oh yeah, prayers for Cincinnati.
They got to put Georgia at 4. They got to put Georgia at 4, but no, they're setting it up for SEC showdown. Unless Michigan take care of them.
I'm rooting for Michigan.
Unless Alabama falters, which is highly unlikely, or Georgia's are a bunch of frauds and Cincinnati's better than we think it is, which I don't even believe in Cincinnati like that, to be honest. As much as I want to see Cincinnati win, I don't think it's happening. Cincinnati has not convinced me enough games that they could hang with a strong Power 5 team like Alabama.
Just like an SEC team.
No, Power 5 team, period, because there have been some games that they kind of faltered a little bit throughout the regular season. Yes, I know it's a regular season, but still, you faltered some games, and I'm very suspicious of it. I mean, you know what? I'm kind of glad Notre Dame is not in it, but you know what? I mean, you know what? Maybe I would rather see Notre Dame get killed at this point if you're going to do that to Cincinnati.
Yeah, I mean, what happened to Georgia, man? They kind of not showed up. They kind of not showed up.
Show up. They didn't look like the defense did not look like Georgia's defense at all.
Exactly.
The D line was not moving as fast or as powerful and all that.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much.
Jordan, you know what? I feel like Cincinnati is going to be playing their tails off, but I don't know. I just don't think it might be more than a 2-score game. I'm thinking. You know what that game's going to look like? You know what that game's going to look like? Also, Jordan, the Orange Bowl also has potential to be a blowout too. It does have that potential.
Georgia will steamroll Michigan if it is.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It does have that potential. But well, no one's not talking about this as enough. But it does have that potential where Harbaugh could choke. And
what the combo might look like is going to be what the Kyler Murray Sooners had in the playoffs that year, where you knew they were good, but they still get steamrolled anyway.
Yeah, because they didn't have enough talent to compete.
Exactly, to keep up with an SEC team.
Not now. No, I do think Cincinnati is going to play better than somehow these past teams have, because Cincinnati.
No, they'll play better than Notre Dame did.
No. They'll play better than Oklahoma too, versus Alabama back then.
I can see it.
I could see it because Cincinnati do have some quality players like Jerome Ford and those kind of guys. Jerome Ford used to play for Alabama. He just wasn't getting enough minutes or something like that. And Jerome Ford has too. So I do think Cincinnati has a better shot versus past teams, but I'm not liking it for Cincinnati. Not right now.
All right, let's do a thing with these bowl games. Let's do some previews for these bowl games. I know it's kind of ways out, but we'll just do a startup preview. So we got the Outback Bowl set Tampa for being Arkansas Penn. So that's going to be an interesting. The Gasparilla Bowl is going to have more.
It's got more Florida fans, more like local Florida fans. There's already a joke saying that all the UF fans are going to be so confused because they'll have to root for the real college that they want to, as we know, as UCF, or they got to root for the team that they always root for, the Gators.
I don't get it, but okay.
Because most Florida fans went to UCF. That's the joke.
Okay. So, all right, so that was the Gasparilla Bowl. We kind of completely ignored the Outback Bowl right there.
Actually, I take that back. Outback Bowl might be good too. Arkansas.
The Outback Bowl is going to be a better quality football game. It'll be more quality football game. Well, Gasparilla Bowl will be more entertaining for the sake of
Gasparilla
the fans.
That stadium's going to be filled up pretty quickly because all the.
But going to this question, can I say no? Can I really say no? I mean, I don't want to be a pessimist, but
no.
I mean, Deion went and he did what he said he was going to do, and he brought the SWAC championship to Jackson State. I mean, for the Cricket Celebration Bowl, I mean, you got to think Jackson State can be riding high. They ain't gonna flip up and ruin their season in a bowl game. Come on now, let's be real here. I mean, this is why I kind of wanted JP some, but I guess he ain't coming on to talk about this one. But it's all right. But we're gonna be. I'll get him on this for next week because we still have a couple weeks before this game happens. But I mean, I can't see Jackson State just pulling a Power 5 team and not caring about a bowl game. I mean, to these guys, bowl games do matter to a sense. I mean,
these bowl games matter.
Nah, they ain't got no shit.
Well, here's the thing though. UF needs to win that game, or else they're not going to hear the end of it.
You just went back to a totally different point.
No. Oh, I was thinking of a different game.
Yeah, thank you. I don't want to be the pessimist, but I mean, yeah, it's not going to be close.
It's not going to be. Close.
It's going to be worse than 28.
Hey, back to that UF UCF game. If UCF beats the Gators, do you understand the chaos that's going to go down between SEC fans and UCF fans, let alone Gators fans and UCF
Is Napier
fans?
coaching that game? Billy Napier, is he going to coach that game or not?
No,
that's going to be next season.
Next season. But still, I mean, there's actually some reason for UF to win that game. It's not no BS reason that they could pull about Auburn, or they could
just say they're the
Georgia.
Florida champions.
Yeah, or the same reason that Georgia fans could say about UCF. I mean, not UCF, Cincinnati. Even though that game, only one person from the Georgia regular season team did not play. Everyone else played on that Georgia team when Cincinnati made it close. So there's that as well. That's also a reason why I think Cincinnati might make the game versus Alabama a bit better than we think it is. But back to this. Ace, what is your thoughts about a Utah in the Rose Bowl over on BYU, even though BYU has won most Pac-12 games? I'm actually curious.
I mean, yeah, let's be real, it is.
BYU could. I mean, as much as I like to say BYU are frauds, especially making their game versus USF a one-score game.
Okay, who are we talking about now? I'm just lost.
The Rose Bowl. We're talking about.
But he's talking about UCF and Florida, so I'm just confused on what we're doing now. All right.
What? All right. Let me read that again. What do you think is scary? How you?
I'm talking about this. You're talking about the Rose Bowl. We've already gone on to the Rose Bowl, so I mean, I'm just kind of lost on what we're doing now.
Scary how almost even UCF and Florida are right now. Oh yeah,
they are pretty even. But I mean, Florida wants to have a reason to win this game. It's just for the Florida championship T-shirts.
If UCF had the other quarterback,
Dylan Gabriel, isn't he in the transfer portal?
Yeah,
he went to the transfer portal.
I think it's silly that he went in the transfer portal, but that's my opinion. He probably thinks he could get.
All right, let's go into this Rose Bowl.
I dude. All right, we'll talk more UF UCF game later.
Next week.
I'm excited for that.
We have weeks. We have a couple of weeks. All right, let's talk into this Rose Bowl.
Ohio State, Utah. Do you think BYU should be over Utah?
No.
That's my question. But no. BYU have won essentially all the games in the Pac-12 that they played. All the Pac-12 teams.
So, like I care. Does my face
Utah
look
State.
like I care? Does my face look like I care?
They beat Utah.
But Utah won the Pac. Be in a division if you want to be in the Rose Bowl or conference. You know what? This call me in 2025, and then the Mormons get in. When the Mormons get in.
Hey, you know what? This might be a better argument to talk with Jordan Peoples than you at this point, bro. You're disappointing me in this argument.
Nah, I don't want to see. I don't want to see
Ohio State versus Utah.
Do you want to see BYU get steamrolled by Ohio State, or you want to see Utah put up a fight?
Hey, look, man. I'm trying to make it easy for these Ohio State fans. All right, because Ohio State might lose that game, like how they lose to Oregon in the regular.
Nah, Oregon ran the same play over and over, just like Michigan did. The same two-run plays over and over. I mean, that's literally what it was.
I mean, here's the thing: Utah beat Oregon. Ohio State lost Oregon. By that logic, Utah should win. I'm kidding. I'm playing around, guys.
Hey. All right, let's do some.
I'm excited for that one.
Let's do the Peach Bowl. We got Michigan State and Pittsburgh.
That's the Peach Bowl game?
Yeah, that's gonna be Peach Bowl.
Actually, Pitt might win. They could win that game. They could.
It depends on this. I don't know if Kenneth Walker is going to go declare for the draft yet or not, but if he does, or if Kenny Pickett declares for the draft, that will change the outlook at it. I think he will play that game because he's got a shot to go in the top 15 of the draft. But
that game with Kenny Pickett when he faked
the slide, people were so mad.
That was like one of the greatest plays I ever seen out of a quarterback running play. Besides,
I was surprised his knee didn't give up on that because how hard that got to be on his knee to like fake that.
I've never been so awed in a game by a quarterback.
Bro, how Omar never tried that?
A wide dual threat quarterback, dude. I don't even think it's a dual threat quarterback.
I mean, how Omar not tried that yet?
He managed to pull that off, man. My respect for Kenny Pickett is through the roof after that. We
had respect. Bro, remember when we was talking about Kenny Pickett? Back in season 1.
We wanted Kenny Pickett.
You gotta get Kenny Pickett
on the show. I wish, bro.
Yes, please. That's our PSA. All right. Yeah. But yeah, I think Pittsburgh got a shot at that. I don't think I seriously doubt Kenneth Walker plays that game anyway for Michigan State. So I mean, they still have a young team, but I mean, I think Pittsburgh got a good shot at that. Yeah, that leads us into our next topic of conversation.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right.
Coaching. We gotta talk about our coaching.
That's what I said. That leads us into our next topic of conversation.
Oh, I thought you were talking about hot topics. I was about to say.
No, not yet. We still have 2 more things to talk about in college football before we head over to hot topics. One of them being Mario Cristobal to Miami.
That actually might be a good. I think that's a great hire for Miami. I think he'll bring back some things for Miami versus Manny Diaz. So I would be very optimistic over it rather than pessimistic over the Miami Hurricanes.
I'm more hyped to the Brett Venables to Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, I think it's a great hire.
Mario Cristobal than to Miami,
especially with that he was a defensive coordinator at Clemson. He could bring a more defensive-minded team as the Oklahoma Sooners go to the SEC. I think the Oklahoma Sooners.
Well, they're going to need that to head over to the SEC. It's not going to be the Lincoln Riley offense only because the SEC is a bunch of big boys.
Yeah, a lot of defensive plays too. And some great offense that is played in the SEC. So, but I think it's a great hire for Oklahoma. Texas, on the other hand, I mean, that's a dumpster fire. It's a dumpster fire until they could take care of their politics BS nonsense that goes on there. And you know what?
But you deal with the politics too in USF. I mean, what you talking about? You're the National Alumni President Associate.
Sir, as far as I'm concerned, the politics in Texas is ridiculous. All right. Also, the USF defensive coordinator hired, I'm not feeling it. It's a guy that keeps moving around from team to team to team, and he only has
which is for a reason.
And his only one good thing he has is like the number 1 defensive team for what I believe against Penn State. The USF defensive coordinator resume.
I don't remember. I think it was Pitt. I'm not entirely sure. It was one of those teams up there. You're gonna look it up. You're gonna pull a Hendricks and get your research on. All right. But while he does that, I'm gonna break down the Heisman finalists, and then we'll come back to that. Yeah. So the 4 finalists are
in the country in 2008 at Mississippi State. At Mississippi State, bro.
Now the shit higher. Sorry for my language. It is.
I mean, who knows? I mean,
if he's been bouncing around for all that time, there's a reason why he's bouncing around.
FCS Coordinator of the Year, number 1 SEC team tax and loss, number 2 defense in the country with Penn State. So I was happy correct about Penn State. 2014, he was number 2 defensive team in the country, and then
that was almost 8 years ago. Okay.
And then number 1 defense in the country at Mississippi State in 2018.
2018. Okay, so it's not that bad. I thought you said 2000.
It's not that bad. I mean, it's still suspect. He's been bouncing around. I mean, but you know what? I mean, hey, maybe it's a boost USF needs. Who knows?
All right, let's get into these. I'm
gonna tip my hat off to all the USF players for wanting to stick together and stay with the program.
They got a young team. That's smart.
That is something USF be happy about. So I'm excited for those guys.
All right, can we get into the Heisman finalists now?
Yes.
Okay. So we got Bryce Young, QB.
Bryce Young, please. It's Bryce Young. It's over.
He turned the whole chair around. He gave up. All right, Bryce Young, QB, Alabama. Kenny Pickett, Pitt, Stroud, Ohio State, and the second defensive player from the Big Ten in the last is Aiden Hutchinson.
CJ Stroud probably played better this season than Bryce Young. But
CJ Stroud played better than Bryce Young, but the record and where they are is the reason why Bryce Young's probably going to win.
Yeah, I know.
That or Aiden Hutchinson. But, I mean, they haven't had a defensive player win since Charles Woodson in 1997. Charles Woodson is the only defensive player to ever win the Heisman. So, I mean, Hutchinson played great, but he ain't going to be like, he wasn't like Charles Woodson, who was playing every to win the Heisman. So, I don't know, but that 2024 draft class, man, that looking real good. With the way Young's been playing and CJ Stroud looks.
You think Timmy might be in that 2024 draft class? USF quarterback.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but next season be a big. He could be in it, but
he has a potential to be Quentin Flowers. I could see it happening.
But Quentin Flowers didn't go anywhere in the NFL because of his height. But Timmy McClain's got a shot, but he might have to transfer if he wants to get drafted.
Unless he has a really good season at USF. I don't think
that's true. But and one last news for college football, we have Kayvon Thibodeau going over to the NFL draft.
That's how you say it, Thibodeau, like Tom Thibodeau?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, he's going for the draft this year, so there's that. All right, let's get into the news section. Hot topics. Sorry, I'll let myself out now.
This is. I think I'm more excited about hot topics. We could talk about things.
Everything now. We don't have to be stuck in the NHL. But we're gonna start off in the NHL anyway. We have the Lightning pounding the Flyers into coaching
to see, and we get to see our rival team, the Florida Panthers, go to trash now.
You ruined it. You ruined it, Flash.
The Lightnings go up, the Panthers go down, and yes,
you ruined it. You ruined it.
Cry.
You ruined it.
Cry harder.
All right, sorry. I'm not gonna say it. All right, Lightning pound the Flash into the Flyers. Not Flash. Sorry. Into a coaching change. They beat the Flyers 7-1 on Sunday, and on Monday morning the Flyers fired their head coach, Alan Vigneault. So that's the second time I think that's happened this season. But I mean, the way how the Lightning beat them is the most surprising way, because they got goals not from Steven Stamkos, not from Alex Kaloran, not from Victor Hedman. It was guys like Ryan McDonough, Corey Perry twice, Pat, Boris Kachuk, and Taylor Radish. Like, the kid line showed up. These other guys, the depth pieces is what's been scoring the goals for them. Like right now, Pat Maroon got a goal again tonight against Montreal. So I mean, he's like, you're seeing the depth come back for the Lightning. Like, you saw them lose those three guys this year, and you had to wonder how they're going to fix that.
We don't have a good chance of winning it at all.
And you realize you're third in the Atlantic Division with no Kucherov for the entire month since the third game of the season.
Even better, the Panthers are struggling. Islanders are struggling too.
The best part about the Panthers are struggling is the opposing team fan base is what's taking.
It looks like the East is all out.
Well, they got to catch the Maple Leafs, but who cares in the playoffs? They'll still run them over in the playoffs. That's all right.
I mean, who's the teams in front of us?
Just the Panthers and the Maple Leafs.
Frauds.
Both of them are frauds. Fraud and bigger fraud. All right.
Yes.
Moving on. Let's talk about this one that happened last night. The former winless Texas Southern upset at number 20 Florida for their first win of the season against Florida. I didn't even know who the hell Texas Southern was. Yeah, in basketball.
Texas Southern is a college.
I know they're a college. They beat Florida last night for the upset of the season so far, and I'm like, all right, so is Florida that bad, or they just had an off night?
I believe they're HBCU. I believe so.
I think so, actually, yeah.
I believe it's a HBCU. If it's a Texas Southern, I'm thinking. Yep.
I think they are.
Yep. That is
like I'll hear these colleges and I won't think about who they are until I hear.
They are an HBCU university. So big W for the HBCU community. Y'all enjoy
JP's
that.
checked me, but I think didn't Prairie View play them this season? Let him deal with that one. I think Prairie View played them, but I think I remember doing a pick now that we're talking about them being an HBCU.
One thing you'll gotta love about basketball is that smaller schools and small division teams could win it all too. They have just as good of a chance because there's more talent everywhere and you have better resources too. That's what you gotta love about college basketball. Too bad it's not as popular as college. It's
the last couple of years has been the number 1 or number 2 seeds in a bracket been winning it. So
true, but I mean, still Gonzaga is still a small school compared to, I don't know, Kentucky. Gonzaga is a way smaller school.
That is true. It is from thank you. All right, now.
Oh yeah, we know that good in football.
Well, yeah, I think now that we're talking about them being HBCU, then it clicks in my head that we talked about them in running gun.
There was a joke between Austin and Sessoms and Kevin Knox, because Kevin Knox obviously Kentucky and Austin Sessoms was committed to play football at Texas Southern, and there was a joke running around saying that Texas Southern was going to win it all, and everyone just went with it and just started laughing their butts off with it. It was so funny. I'm so saying.
Okay.
All
right. Let's talk about some global sports news, where the United States said that they're boycotting the Winter Olympics and aren't going to send diplomats, and other countries are going to be doing the same thing shortly. They're protesting the what's it called? How do we say this nicely? Protesting Chinese human rights abuse. I don't want us to get demonetized and some crap.
We're not gonna get demonetized, all right?
Hey, them Chinese got some holes on stuff, you know. You never know, man.
Bro, human rights matter, and Chinese people.
Yeah, I know.
China,
the Chinese government over there anyway.
Are trying to become a first world government, but they still treat people badly. So I mean, it's warranted. You're a first world country, and you still have these kind of issues because you are still have a prehistoric mindset. You're trying to do
just remember the athletes
mindset by treating other races and other countries like crap.
Yeah.
So
just remember that.
And honestly, I never liked the USA doing business with China from the get go, even though it makes everything we own.
All right, we're not doing the politics, bud. Let's move it along.
A little bit of politics.
Just the athletes still get to participate, and people are kind of mad that Beijing got the Olympics again. When they got it in 2008 for the Summer Olympics, they're getting it again for the winter. So I mean, they're kind of it was the Summer Olympics in 2008. They got it. 2008 and 2022 they're getting the Olympics. They're the first city ever to get the Olympics twice. So it's like
I mean, let's be real. Who cares about the Chinese athletes like that? It's mean, but it's true.
The reason why no one
from China, but you gotta wonder, something might be off with the genetics there, you know. I don't know.
Oh boy, here we go. All right,
I'm not gonna get into it. It's too touchy, but
all right. Let's talk about NFL hot topic.
There are some great Japanese track and field athletes too, so you gotta give them that. So
yeah. All right. Topic. This is a mix of an NFL hot topic and a college football one, which is why we didn't put it in either, and we threw it into hot topics. So the Carolina Panthers fired their offensive coordinator, Joe Brady. He was the offensive coordinator at LSU the year they won the national championship. And before we say it, the question is
Cam for failure.
What?
He set up Cam Newton for failure.
Good God, Flash! What the hell? That has nothing to do with it. They've been him and Matt Rule beefing since they joined up. They didn't click. So the question is, do you think he's going to go back to the college ranks and be a head coach, or do you think he's going to go back with Sean Payton, where he started?
Where he started? I mean, it depends if the Saints need any coordinators. If not, I could see him going back to college football.
All right, and quickly. So you want to
let you do this because
for the people out there. So we got our fantasy, as you know, it's the last week before the playoffs for most leagues. So for our thing, me and Jay Peeps are essentially running the entire leagues for those who care, And if you're starting and sitting them, you have a couple teams on bye this week. So a couple names you should check on and see if they're available. Or like Elijah Moore, you need to check and make sure he's available. You should check and see if Dontrell Hillard, I think that's how you say his name. Check and see if he's available. He's a Titans running back. He did good last week. Those are two names you should keep an eye on if you need players.
Oh, hey, Ace, you want to hear a hot topic? I got a hot topic for you right now. Duke University wants to hire Jason Garrett for football.
All right, moving on. That's how we're going to end this show. I'm pretending I never heard that. Nobody cares about Jason Garrett. Crap coach.
Dude, hey, bro, but dude, Jason Garrett could turn around Duke's football team.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for another episode of the Last Gift podcast. I'm talking over Flash. USF National Alumni President Flash. Shut up.
At the Miami Dolphins, they had to go back and call it. Hey, you can do the same thing. Dude.
Thank you. All right, you can unmute him back. Thank you guys for another episode. It was good fun. I mean, JP's supposed to doing our comment section. You guys gotta go head over to YouTube. I know we get some views on Twitter. It doesn't hurt. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, retweet if you're on Twitter, subscribe if you're on YouTube. You know how it goes. That's how we grow the channel, and we can.
Oh, I just saw it.
We're shooting for the stars. We don't say the sky's the limit because you can always get better. Ain't that right, Flash?
Don't tell me the sky's the limit when there's footprints on the moon.
Exactly, and you can always be better. Ain't no perfection because you can always do better what you got every day. So, with that being said, remember, Last Give every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Run and Gun will be back.
Be a friend, tell a friend.
Run and Gun will be back in January, probably like first week of January or something. So you'll see us then. But that being said, guys, have a good night. Thank you guys. See ya. Peace out. Waiting for the outro.
Peace.